criminal defense attorneys really need to be a part of actually drafting the language for the initiative, and it's important because we are the ones who are in there in the trenches every day fighting the fights, and we know how the judges act, we know how the prosecutors act, we know how seemingly innocuous verbiage gets twisted against us. So I think that there's a whole lot of reasons why we want to have, I think, maybe some more criminal defense input onto the 2012 initiative so that we can avoid some problems. One of the thoughts that I have, and I also echo the comments of this is not just a fiscal issue, but this is a human rights issue. And in an era where we have Tea Partiers talking about personal freedoms, smaller government, we can frame this debate as accomplishing that. Fiscal pragmatism, personal freedom and responsibility, keeping the government out of our homes and out of our backyards and out of our bodies, in the sense that we have testing for anyone who is on probation. There is a whole lot of reasons for that. Where I would start and conceivably even end the dialogue is with the statement that I believe decriminalization in and of itself could actually be legalization. And I posit that to the group because if we have essentially a statement that says all of the current prohibitions in California, Health and Safety Code sections 11357, 358, 359, 11360, etc., are hereby repealed. And if that's all we do, we have done a lot. If we fail to do that, I would argue that we have done nothing. As long as I still go to court to keep people out of prison for partaking in the use or activities related to this plant, what have we accomplished with the initiative process? And I think that that's something that could be easily addressed in the initiative, simply repealing that, as well as eliminating cannabis from Health and Safety Code section 11054, which is what schedules cannabis in California under various and assorted prohibitions. So there are laws that say not just cannabis shall not be cultivated, cannabis shall not be possessed for sale, etc. But there are other laws, such as maintaining a place for the manufacture of a controlled substance, in which cannabis is noted. If we remove it from the schedule of 11054, then we have done a lot. I got the 2-minute warning, so I'm going to move on. The next issue that I would talk about has to do with preemption. I also would agree with the statements of prior commentators that preemption is a major issue, and what I think we could do to address the preemption issue is, first, we repeal the California prohibitions. I don't see that necessarily being subject to a federal preemption. And as far as the commercial regulation, what I believe we can do is include language in the initiative that simply says that the legislature may regulate commercial cannabis sales, distribution, processing, etc., and leave it up to them. I think if we get too involved in the language of the initiative with those issues, we will create a Byzantine mess that will be subject to interpretation and misinterpretation and problem after problem. And I think we can avoid preemption and create a regulatory system such as the various legislators can really grapple with, and something that they understand the issues and the unforeseeable consequences of putting that in the initial initiative would be avoided. Again, I agree with the comments that medical cannabis laws should not be touched by the legalization initiative. I think that we can exclude medical cannabis from taxation under this new regime easily. And I think we can address the soccer moms and address Mothers Against Drunk Driving simply by saying that the laws that currently are in effect, which criminalize contributing to the delinquency of a minor under Penal Code Section 272, driving under the influence under Vehicle Code Section 23152A, are not effective. If we do that, then what we are saying is if an adult contributes cannabis to a minor, they can go to jail for 6 months and have a record. The same as alcohol. Why do we need anything worse than that? If we say that the vehicle code section that currently criminalizes driving under the influence is not in any way impacted by this initiative, where's the argument against that? The laws are already there. We just have to find a way to facilitate individual responsibility, individual freedom, and forming this in a dialogue that's palatable, not just to the constituents in this room, but to the wider constituency in California. Thank you for your time.